So Jabba, disappointing night for the side. What happened and what went wrong there today?
I just think a couple of major things. One, we didn't defend the same way as we have been the last couple of weeks. It wasn't the effort. I just think that we didn't defend as the unit that we have been, and I think leaving too many 10 or 15 yard gaps between players, and it just made their job a lot easier to move the ball through the park.
You seem to miss Finn Aldridge a lot in the midfield tonight. You didn't really have anyone linking your midfield to the forwards, and that's kind of the role that Finn plays. How big of a blow is it not?
Yeah, I guess last week it wasn't too much of an issue, and and that's what happens for us if you're lacking certain players at certain times. I think you have to keep teams in it and keep the game as close as possible for as long as possible. And obviously, conceding early goals, we're not a team that's just going to go out there and kick a lot of goals in a short amount of time. So that was always a bad thing for us, for it to happen for us or against us. So yeah, tonight would have been a much better night for a Finn. So hopefully, we're hoping he'll be back next week. But I saw Jez have a run in the reserves, and he's had some good news about his illness. So there's another player that would be really nice to get back.
How do you go about picking yourself up and turning it around for next week against South?
Oh yeah, it's not about that, I suppose. Like I just said, that winning, you got to take winning and losing with the same frame of mind, because it's too easy to get too far up or drop too far. And the boys know straight away after the game. They're all talking about what we did wrong, and they did it at half time, but we just didn't have the ability to fix the problem. So I think hopefully we get a solid week on the track, depending on the weather, and come out and we're just going to have to defend better than that against South. I mean, South do what they did tonight even better, and I think if we allow them to do that, it'll be worse than it was tonight.
Conceding free kicks in dangerous areas against a team that has someone like Chris Downs is always a dangerous thing. Did you feel you're a bit overzealous at times in dangerous areas?
Hedgie asked me after the game. I think he had to. I think Cartwright. I mean, if Cartwright's not winning the Vic Shooting, I think, is it still called that?
Mitsubishi Medal.
Mitsubishi Medal. Sorry, just cut that bit out. He was easily the best player tonight, even to the point where I think he was so much of an influence on the game, and I've not seen that in one player for a long time. And they're very lucky to have him there, and I'm pretty sure, could be a mistake, but every goal went through him at some stage, whether it be one or two passes beforehand. And I think the second one there, Hedge just had to foul him because he turned him at the top of the box. And I even laughed because I put Joe Stevens on, who I thought was super the last half hour, and Joe was like literally riding on his back, and he's still playing football. So he's just a beast of a man, and really put us to the sword tonight.
Cheers.
Cool.
Pretty fair assessment of Carl.